How's it going, YouTube? All right, guys, we're working on the 97 F250 today. We're doing an electronics project. Recently put green LEDs in here, came out super nice. Put them in here as well. But you can see right here, looks like one of them is either dead or just needs a little bit of adjusting. So I thought, hey, why not show you guys how to take off the dash, exactly what type of light bulbs to use, and where I got them from. Well, all right. So I ordered these LEDs off of superbrightled.com. It had a pretty easy to use system, but you did need to double check. I ordered some lights for the dome and they were the incorrect bulbs. However, these are right. 194 in green LED. Those are what you want for behind the dash. The tools that you guys are going to be needed is a set of deep standard sockets, quarter inch ratchet. I have an extension here. Don't need one, but very helpful. Flathead screwdriver, small, Torx bits, and a driver. Now, before you guys ask, right here, this is a switch for my lights underneath the truck, but I am going to have to take that off. First step is what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to pull this, pull it all the way off, all right? So after you take that piece out, what you want to do is get in there and gently, from the top, usually works better, pop that out. Don't drop it though. It's very important that these two little felt things, which pop off sometimes, make sure they don't. And you can see right there is our bolt. We're going to do that over here. Stick your screwdriver in. You'll feel it pop out. Once that happens, just gently take it out. Oop. Now you can see that one of my things just fell in. You need that. Make sure you don't lose them. So now we're going to take out these bolts. There's one there. One there. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to take your 932 socket. Doesn't have to be deep. You're going to take those two bolts out. What I like to use is use these as trays. Make sure you don't really lose your parts there. Coming in here. Take this one out as well. Just in case you're wondering, there's two in there. All right, guys, once you have that, it should just kind of pop off. But don't start pulling because there are a couple plugs you need to undo. This is on the right side here. This is the plug for that right here, which you know, gives fuel and water, you know, weight to start if you have the diesel, all that kind of stuff. Now as we get to the left side here, ignore that little switch there. Behind it is the plug for the fuel switch. You switch your tanks. Now, I've done this before, and I actually broke off this plastic piece here, but glued it back on with Gorilla Glue. But it's very tough to get out, and if you break it, just try to glue it back on. It worked fine for me. Put some screws back in, it worked, but it's a simple push down with a screwdriver, pull it out. It's just a little tough. Well, I did it again. Pull it off. We can just get a better look at it at least. So you lift that up and pull it out, but mine loves to come out. I'm gonna have to glue that back on. Just put some glue on there and stick her back on. Usually isn't too bad. Just a pain in my butt. Now the worst part is it's not even the bracket. Like, I can't change the whole thing. It's like this part right there, and part of the whole dashboard cover. Get a little dark here. Well, why we're letting that dry, what we need to do next is there's 1, 2, 3, 4. You need to take those out. It's the same size. Alright, I got all 4 of those out, and then once you do that, you can lift it up. As long as you don't put it on its face, that's the issue there. Now, underneath, you can see these two connectors here. There's actually three, one in the center, one to the left, one to the right. You just need to pry all those out. They have two pinch points and you just yank them straight out. Excuse the obnoxious light. So I fixed it here. So if you can see where it glows a little bit green there. Each individual light bulb is labeled. Right turn signal, 4x4, brake, etc. And the ones that have the power on it will say power. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 behind here. So you take those plugs out, put the 5 of them in, you take the other bulbs out, put the LEDs right in. It does not matter which way they go. Put it back in, plug everything in and test it like this, and then you're good to go. Alright? It's a little bit of a pain in the butt to take these plugs out. You have to make sure that you grab them on the sides and pull down equally pressure. If you try to pull one side down, then the other, it doesn't work. And then you need to make sure when you plug it back in, you get all these little leads right here. All those need to be there, or your instrumentation won't work. You need to make sure you test it before you put it back in. Now, it's a little hard to see with this camera here, but I've replaced all the LEDs for the back with green. And now this is making it look kind of yellow like it would with the standard sockets, like the regular bulbs. That's actually not the case. It's a really nice deep green color. It looks really good. You really can't see it, like I said, on this. I'm just going to make sure all these light bulbs work there. Alright. But I would highly recommend it. I also changed the blinkers. You can see how bright that is right there. It doesn't look that bright though when, you know, it's regular. You're able to see it no problem. What you're gonna need to do now is line these back up. It just sits right on there like that. Nothing special about it. You're gonna put those 4 bolts back in. Now I apologize for being late. What actually happened is I had the cell phone camera went out and I was installing a new one. In order for me to continue to make videos, I needed a camera, so here you go. This is the first test of it. Screw that one in. It's on the top. And then there's your last one back there. Stick that in there and screw it in. Well, who thought this was going to be a 2-day video? I sure as heck didn't. Alright, so this is why the color change here and day and night. So once you have those 4 on, right, you want to make sure once again everything works. What you're going to do is now it's time to plug everything back in and put your cover back on. Alright, so when you put this on, don't forget about your little latch here with your key. It's going to get stuck on that. So there's 3 holes on top of this. 1, 2, 3. It corresponds to 3 little plug things in here. So you're going to put this on. Center it behind that. Alright. Plug in there. Plug in there. So you gotta put your bolt in, one right there, one right there. Remember guys, this is plastic. Do not go too tight or else you will crack it like I did. If you like what you saw today and want more, the best thing you can do is subscribe, like it, and if you have anything you want to suggest or anything you want to say it in the comments and I'll try to do a video on it. Thanks guys.